Hey everyone, today we're going to do a follow-up and an informal case comparisons, sort of, on my Slickwrap skin and some of my clear cases that I can use with the skin, this Slickwrap skin. So I got this case, or actually I got this skin about a week ago, and so I want to follow up on what I have noticed so far, what I like and don't like. So what I like so far with the skin is that it does give your phone a unique and different look, and it doesn't really attract fingerprints, as you can see here. And my hands are kind of sweaty right now because it is hot here, and if I go to the screen, you see I'm already attracting fingerprints or smudges on my screen protector, but not here on the back of the skin. And so that's a plus. And like I said, you can mix and match these skins on Slickwrap's website and customize it to make it your own. This comes in matte. I got the glossy one, and even though, as you can see, the glossy one will kind of reflect, as you can see my lights there, but they don't attract fingerprints, so that's a good one. They don't attract too many smudges, and they'll add extra grip to the glass back of your Galaxy Note 9. So as you guys know, if you've seen my unboxing, I got this skin so that it would pair up with this bumper that I just reviewed 2 weeks ago. This is the OATSBASF Batman aluminum metal bumper. And so if you guys haven't seen that, it's in my channel, and I'll try to put a link up in the description. But anyways, so it did pair up pretty nice, other than the fact that when you get the skin on, it'll cover Batman's, or when you put this bumper on, it'll cover Batman's face. And everything that I like about the bumper and I don't like, you can see it in the review and unboxing of that elsewhere in this channel. But anyways, so here is what I've noticed. So if you guys can see, if my camera will focus on these corners, as you guys can see on these corners, they do get marked up from each side where I installed where these corners are, where the phone got in, got attached to these corners. And these corners, I forgot to mention, they do have these soft foam on the inside, so your phone doesn't get scratched up, the corners of your phone. But you could see these like scratches, or like marking, indentation on the skin where the bumper was attached to the bumper on these corners right here, as you can see. So that's number one. That's one of the things that I noticed. And another thing I noticed. Okay, so here's another thing that you should be aware of. If you're going to use this skin with any case, okay, like I used it with this OEM case right here from Samsung, their Galaxy Note 9 rugged case. And if you can see the inside of this case, there's like these printing in the back to give this, to possibly to keep your phone cooler, and to keep your phone cooler, and also to like just for extra bumper protection or something like that. If you have any kind of patterns like that inside, and your case is pretty snug, it will kind of make out that indentation on this skin, which leads me to believe that this skin is not that thick compared to like a D brand skin. As you can see, if I kind of like shift and move my case around, there's some of that indentation. It made that marking on my look at Batman's face, or his forehead, and you can see that same marking that was on this skin right here, or on this case. You can see the same marking on the skin. And now here's the other thing. If you want to show off this skin with the clear case, because you don't want to use this, or you don't have a bumper. It will, depending on the case that you get, will leave a watermark effect. And it will leave a watermark effect on your on the back of the case. And let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So here are some clear cases I have, starting from the most expensive to the least expensive. This is my Xdoria Defense Shield, which was almost $30. Here's the Ghost Tech, which was like around almost $20. And these are all the bumper frame case. This is the Caseology, also almost the same price as the Ghost Tech. And then this is my ESR tempered glass clear case, tempered glass back clear case. Then we have the Spigen that has the built-in kickstand, which I didn't have to put on like I did with these three. And then the Rinky clear case. Okay, so first up is let's say the Spigen, because the Spigen, out of all 6 of these clear cases, the Spigen is the only one that does not claim to have anti-watermark effect. Okay, so here's what we'll do. These are clear and clear. I'm going to put the Spigen on, or I'm going to put the Note 9 inside of the Spigen, and you'll see what I mean by a watermark effect on the back. And see right here on Batman's forehead, you can see this watermark effect right here already showing up. Okay, now a lot of these other cases say they don't have that, and for the most part they're somewhat right. That is, if you don't tend to put your phone inside of your pockets and everything like that. But once you put your phone inside of your pockets, some of them will get that watermark effect. And this is a tight case, so it's good, because the phone won't fall off. But let me put it on. Here's the Rinky, which claims to have anti-watermark effect. And see, for the most part right there is no watermark, right? But once you put this phone inside of the phone and the case inside of your pockets, and let's say I'm gonna just put a little bit of pressure, like what would happen when you have it inside of your pockets, and now see, there's a little watermark right there. Put some little bit of pressure and you get that watermark effect still. So I don't know about you, but to me it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of distracting in a ways. And so you do get that watermark effect, even though the case does say it doesn't get watermark effect. There's only one case that won't have that watermark effect, and I think that's because it has a thicker back than the rest of these cases. And I'm gonna let you guys guess which one that is. So here is the Caseology, which also claims to have anti-watermark. I'm going to put it in. And again, no watermark effect until like I put pressure, like I would replicate when it's inside my pocket. And now there's the watermark right there on Batman's forehead. And this one is pretty tight, which is good, because then your phone will not fall out of the case, especially during a drop. And I have dropped this phone with this case on, and it protected it very well, by the way. Here's the Ghost Tech. Same thing, no watermark effect except for sweat or heat because it's hot in my room right now. And once I put pressure, see, there's that watermark effect again. You can see it on Batman's forehead. Most of the watermark effect seems to be right here underneath the fingerprint sensor, right on Batman's forehead. And you're like, oh, you're just putting pressure on there with your thumb or whatever. But no, when I put it in my pocket, and if my, if my elbows or something tend to rest on my legs, like you're sitting down on a desk or something or whatnot, and you rest your elbows onto here, it'll do the same thing. You will get that watermark effect. Or like say you're driving. The only one that doesn't get that watermark effect, you guys figured it out yet? So here's the ESR tempered glass, and again, no watermark effect. Once I sit down and put pressure on it, or like say my elbows or whatever, there's the watermark effect right there on Batman's forehead, as you can see. So the only one that does not get a watermark effect is, you guessed it, the most expensive case. And there's something to be said, I guess, on this, in this case, no pun intended, for you get what you pay for, because look how thick this back is on the Xdoria. The backing, the polycarbonate back, compared to most of these cases right here. Here's the glass, tempered glass back. Here's the Ghost Tech, and I've already done these comparisons in my channel if you guys want to see them on these clear cases. And now watch when I install this onto the Xdoria, because it's got a thicker back, and so if you rest your arms or your elbows or whatever, I'll put pressure on it like this, there's no watermark, because of the thicker back, it won't like cave in, kind of like, see how this will like kind of cave in. This one will not do it because it's got a thicker back, as you can see, and you can see how much lip there is around my camera lens on this Xdoria. So that is one thing that you might take a note of, is that if you plan on showing off the look of the skin, and why wouldn't you? Why get it if you're not going to show it off with the clear case? Is that most cases, except if they have a thick back like this Xdoria does, and they claim anti-watermark, you will get a watermark effect on that. If that doesn't bother you, then get any clear case that you want to show off with the skin. But if the watermark effect does bother you, then I recommend you get this Xdoria right here or something like it. So that is that. So that's all I've noticed. But other than that, I've been pretty happy with the skin. And like I said, I don't think it's as thick, these Slickwrap skin, as far as like the vinyl compared to like D brand, if I'm going to make a skin to skin comparison. And let me show you guys that real quick before we end this video. So here are my skins that I've used so far. This is my this is the first skin that I got. This is the one from D brand. This is the blue carbon fiber, and I just removed it and put it back onto its original backing. As you can see, it still looks brand new. This is my favorite out of the bunch that I've used so far, and once I removed it, look how it looks, because I think it's a thinner skin. You can see the corner right here where I try to remove, where I started the removal, and it already looks somewhat frayed or torn, compared to, I did the same thing here on the D brand, and nothing on the corners where I try to remove it. I think the same side, but nothing compared to the now on their respective website, they're priced the same except for this color gradient is a little more expensive, about like almost $5 more expensive than the regular skins that aren't color gradient. Like this this is the Slickwraps carbon fiber that I haven't even used yet, but they are a little more expensive, the color gradient ones. But look at what balances it out is that Slickwraps always has a sale on their website. You can find either 50% off, or like I think they had a 70% off right now for Father's Day. And yeah, the quality and the thickness of these vinyls is not the same. I think the D brand has a thicker, slightly thicker, better quality, better quality vinyl than they skin than they do on these Slickwraps. Now here's another comparison, even though I haven't used this one yet. The textures on this D brand, there's more of that, this like, if it's almost like a 3D type, right, on the carbon fiber. You can feel the texture out more than I can with the Slickwraps. And here's another thing I recommend. If you're gonna use a clear case with these skins, or even the back of just your Note 9, these matte or non-glossy, even though these carbon fibers they're not really glossy, but they're not really matte either, these won't get the watermark effect, regardless if the case says anti-watermark or not. I've noticed the carbon fiber cases don't get that watermark effect, and this one, this color gradient, or yeah, it won't get the watermark effect because it is a non-glossy, and it doesn't really like, it won't stick onto the back of the case as the more glossy ones, or even your Note 9 itself. So that is that. Next, I will install this one in another week or so. I'm still, you know, sporting out that Batman sticker. So, but probably in all fairness or whatever, this is probably going to be the same with once I install this skin as it is with the Batman. All the likes and dislikes I don't like with the Batman is probably going to be apply to this Superman skin. So that is that. So that is it. That's the follow-up on this Slickwraps skin, and also, you know, the cases that you can use for it and everything. So what do you guys think? Do you guys plan on using a skin with your Note 9, or do you use a skin with your Note 9? And let me know in the comments. Anyways, that is it. If this video has informed and helped you out, please like and subscribe, and take care. We'll see you soon for more videos. Have a great day, everybody.